So my name is Vivek Bakshi. I manage East European operations for a company called Wipro. Wipro is one of India's, now well I say India, but it's a large global multinational working in the IT field. In fact, we are an $8 billion company this year, largely invested towards IT and IT related or enabled services. I've been in Romania for just over 10 years. We entered Romania, in fact I came here at that time to start our operations just when Romania had joined the EU. 1st January 2007, we started in March 2007. So, and it was a very strategic choice because for us, Romania, and I, till now, I do believe that that's the right choice. It represented an opportunity for companies like ours to better serve our customers, which are largely an American or a European customer base, from a location which was both physically as well as culturally closer to the customer. Now, in addition, one of the large two advantages that Romania has and continues to have today is one, a very large, young, multinational and multicultural workforce, well-educated multicultural workforce, multilingual workforce. It's still as true today as it was 10 years back. A very well-educated and large pool of IT talent which is available in the country. That's still as true as it was 10 years back. Although there are some changes, we've seen some brain drain, but so our choice of Romania actually was a good one because it was strategic. So we came here, we started operations, and today we've grown significantly. Over 500% actually since then, but so it's been a good choice. So so for us strategically, Romania was the right choice. We were in the right country, etc., etc. But it was a good place to invest.
You mentioned brain drain here in Romania, this phenomenon. In this respect, how do you assess the current situation of the workforce in Romania, the manpower? Can we still talk about the high-skilled workforce available for Romanian as well as foreign companies, as well as SMEs or large companies?
So what's happened in the past 10 years is that there has been as ABSL conference rightly says, there's a shift in perspective. But as a place to invest, Romania became very attractive. So when it became attractive, you saw an increasing amount of interest from investors from Western countries. So, what was relatively easier a while back is getting increasingly tough. So there is an increasing war on talent. There is an increasing fight to both recruit as well as retain talent. In our industry, IT and IT-enabled services, it's a very people-intensive industry. People are at the core of our business, right? So it's one of the most important aspects is to one, recruit the right talent, grow the right talent, and retain the right talent. So with the current fiscal changes that we're talking about, that's becoming increasingly difficult. Now, in the past year, we've seen an increasing amount of investors and customers coming and saying, and I can tell you, I'll give you an example as well, that they want to come to Romania. Now, this was possible after a lot of effort and sustained effort over the past few years by multiple bodies, including like ABSL. Where we really pitched Romania as the right place to invest, the right place to do business, etc. So we've seen an increasing amount, and cost is not necessarily the driver or the only driver, but the right perspective. Cost is one of the drivers, but not the only driver.
The cost of workforce.
Cost of operations, cost of workforce, cost of operations. Cost of workforce is still a little bit lower than other parts of Europe. Right? So
but is it increasing?
It's increasing. I mean, wage inflation is one of the greatest threats to our business right now. and the increasing cost of our workforce will put a dent in our business plans, for sure.
So you mentioned the recent development in tax on labor, labor taxation. So please tell me more specifically, how do you see the challenges and the possibility to cope with these challenges?
Well, business is nervous. Business and investors don't like unpredictability, whether it is economic or financial or political. And the current, so for many years, one of the things that we pitched or we sold for Romania was a stable political and economic environment. That's no longer the case, and so it's putting business at risk. So business managers are nervous, like I was saying earlier. HR managers are nervous, and as I mentioned a couple of minutes back, the people are at the core of our business, and some of these things are making business managers think twice. Are we the right? Are we doing the right thing?
And what do you actually do? What is your solution?
We are with organizations like ABSL. We are appealing, hoping that the voice of the community is heard. We are, as a business community, we are one of the largest employers today in the country. I mean, Romania is attracting and has potential to do a lot in services, and we are, and it has the potential to make a huge impact to the local economy. If you look at some of the numbers today, 150. We are projected to employ 150,000 in the next 3 years. So there's already, and that fact needs to be recognized. So it's uncertainty or nervousness in the business environment is never good.
Did you some kind of an assessment? Can you give us some figures? What is the impact of the most recent developments in fiscal changes in Romania?
So we are still studying it, but we have internally. I can tell you, my company, and I've heard this from my peers in other companies as well. So for us, we were changing the complexity of our of the work that we deliver, shifting more towards IT, things like the connected vehicle, connected cars, which are really the future of, and Romania has this huge potential to be part of this bandwagon of change, to be not only just be a follower, but to be the driver of this change. As we say, the code that drives tomorrow's connected car can be written in this country, probably will be. And this is what we saw. We were trying to bring more complex activities here. We are trying to, but suddenly with with these latest changes, our business is a little nervous. So it's our employees are nervous, and I'm talking purely from my company perspective, right? Although I've heard this similar, my peers in the industry utter the same. We're not sure. My employees have come back to me saying, what are we? How are we going to tackle this? So it's too soon, but definitely both business community, business managers, and employees are nervous.
Yes, your company is a huge company. You mentioned that you have revenue of 8 billion.
8 billion plus, yes.
Yeah, $8 billion plus dollars for a year. But in your perspective, from your knowledge and your experience, what do you think would be the impact on SMEs or startups? For example, what would be the chances of an SME or even a startup in Romania here to attract valuable workforce in IT and to retain it, and with these fiscal changes, and to obtain contracts with the big, larger companies like yours as subcontractors?
Mm-hmm. So, short description, I would say that the impact is negative overall on the economy. Whether it's for SMEs, it's for large companies, for everyone, it's negative. It's negative as a perception to the outside business community, because as I mentioned, people don't or businesses don't like inconsistency, or businesses prefer a stable environment. Already there is a shortage of talent. Or talent is increasingly difficult to retain. If companies do not address these changes, we're likely to lose a lot of our workforce. If we do address these changes, our costs are going to go up. Now, as a larger company, it impacts us, but in a smaller company, it will impact the impact felt will be much larger, and that's my perception. The work of the past few years, and I've got banking customers, large banks, who were till a very short time ago were not interested in Romania. They were, because it was perceived as a risk. This was just changing. This was changing this year. Till we heard this, So, and I was bringing. In fact, I've invited some large banks that I'll actually deliver some of this. Banks are very risk averse. Yeah. The larger the bank, the more risk averse they are. So we were trying to attract them to do some work here. We also run businesses in Poland, so where banks are more comfortable there. So I was trying to attract them to Romania. This is not going to send the right signal.
Sunt Cătălin Iorgulescu, vicepreședinte în ABSL, responsabil cu PR-ul și relațiile guvernamentale.
Domnule vicepreședinte, vreau să vă întreb despre piața forței de muncă din România pe sectorul IT și outsourcing. Recentele modificări pe fiscalitatea muncii decise de guvern, cum credeți că influențează în acest moment această piață? Care sunt provocările și soluțiile noastre?
Piața forței de muncă în industria noastră a fost întotdeauna efervescentă, cu precădere în IT. Oamenii care lucrează în industria de software sunt cei mai căutați în această industrie la ora actuală și recentele modificări anunțate și implementate de guvern nu au făcut decât să o aducă la punctul de fierbere, din păcate, dar sunt convins că există soluții, sunt convins că împreună vom găsi soluții în a continua să creștem această industrie. Interesul nostru al ABSL-ului este să creștem industria, să aducem noi investitori aici și să creăm noi locuri de muncă.
Și care ar fi, din punctul noastră, soluțiile mai departe? Cum vă adaptați la aceste modificări?
Situația trebuie privită în mod holistic. Sigur că anumite modificări pot aduce pe termen scurt beneficii fiscale, însă trebuie analizată sustenabilitatea oricărei schimbări legislative și trebuie analizată situația pe termen lung și profitabilitatea pe termen lung a întregii industrii. E foarte ușor să pierzi forța de muncă în acest domeniu. Este cea mai mobilă forță de muncă din lume. Ei pot lucra la fel de bine de la distanță sau de lângă clienți. Se pot muta în doar o zi dintr-un oraș în altul, peste oceane, și ca urmare riscul de a-i pierde este foarte ridicat. Din punctul meu de vedere, unul dintre avantajele care favoriza rămânerea forței de muncă în IT în România era scutirea de taxe, cum bine știm.
Da.
Și care a produs efecte magnifice, aș putea spune, în ultimii 10 ani.
A fost acea scutire de, cum spuneați, în ultimii 10 ani a impozitului de 16% pe venitul programatorilor și a altor categorii de IT-ști, specialiști IT. Cât din această scutire de impozit, acest avantaj, credeți că a fost practic anulată sau?
E foarte greu de spus, e mult prea devreme deocamdată. Rămâne de văzut, însă toate schimbările legislative din ultima vreme au avut un efect. Și dacă ne uităm la volumul investițiilor străine din ultimele 8 luni, acesta a scăzut cu 17% comparativ cu perioada similară din anul trecut, conform statisticilor BNR-ului. Prin urmare, e un semnal puternic de alarmă pe care cred că trebuie să-l luăm cu toții în considerare. Aici nu mai vorbim de opinii și păreri, vorbim de fapte și cifre care vorbesc și au un glas răsunător. Prin urmare, trebuie să recunoaștem acest lucru și să reacționăm în consecință. Ne-am oferit întotdeauna sprijinul și suportul pentru consultări guvernului. Simțim că putem face mult mai mult. Aș spune că imprevizibilitatea mediului de afaceri este mult mai importantă. Atât pentru forța de muncă existentă în această industrie și pentru companiile care actualmente activează în această industrie, cât și mai ales pentru cei care contemplă oportunitatea de a veni și a deschide un business în România.